You know it's a good day when you're making homemade pizza.
Crispy, thin crust with soppressata, black olives, and sliced mushrooms.
Oh, every cheesy slice is a bit of pure pizza heaven.
Pure heaven is right.
Even more than a bit. It is just, it's pizza perfection.
Yeah,
okay.
This is one of our favorite pizzas.
It is. I love thin crust. I've always loved thin crust. So let's get making some sauce. This is a really flavorful sauce. I got a 1/4 cup of olive oil, good quality olive oil, and I've got 5 cloves of garlic that I've minced, and I'm just going to let this get nice and
toasted.
soft.
Don't burn them.
No, you don't want to burn them. That would not be good. But doesn't take but just a short bit. But this, a lot of times, really good pizza sauce. I'm just going to forge ahead with the sauce.
Go ahead.
Is just a good, simple like tomato sauce and maybe a little olive oil, some salt and pepper. This
very simple.
When this goes with this flavor combination, which Wesley's going to talk about in a minute, this Italian flavored sauce, I think it all just works together beautifully.
It is so good. We got our dough here made with semolina flour, which is very Italian.
Well, it makes a perfect
thin crust.
Thin crust. We'll
Yes.
talk about that in just a moment.
Yeah, I'm not going to uncover this until the great reveal.
Yeah, don't uncover it.
Yes, but then we've got this soppressata salami. It is so good. It's a little thinner. It's a little leaner than pepperoni. So it's
thinner.
Yeah, it's
While
good.
you're talking, I'm going to continue to build the sauce. I've got, this is just 15 an ounce can of crushed tomatoes. Let me just do this real quick. Then I'm going to use my clean fingers. I've got 3 tablespoons of tomato sauce. Tomato paste. Thank you.
Here you go.
I know. I should have my spoon. Our friend Amy, hi Amy out there, she always says, why don't you just put olive oil at the bottom and then it just slips right out? And I'm like, I know I should do that, but I don't want to waste the olive oil. Anyway, now we're going to do we just got some simple dried herbs. It's a teaspoon of dried oregano, a teaspoon of dried basil, and a 1/2 teaspoon of dried thyme. Delicious. Then I've got a tablespoon of red wine vinegar because that makes everything better, a little acid. And then we've got a teaspoon of salt and a 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, and that already smells absolutely heavenly.
Wow.
And we're just going to I'm going to turn this down.
Turn that down.
I know, it's really simmering. And, okay.
So soppressata, which we love. I think it has a little bit of a more, I said this, leaner meats than pepperoni. And this is pure Italian salami.
So go whatever.
Pepperoni can be a little Americanized. And then we have some big old slices of button mushrooms, and then my favorite, black olives. And I think my mom's favorite too. My mom actually, when we were younger, she would drink the juice of the black olive can.
Well, you always say that your mom does that, but I know I've seen you do that too.
I have not. It's so good though.
So you can use whatever your favorite combinations of flavors are.
Oh yeah, and cheese.
Mozzarella cheese.
Yes.
You definitely got to go with some good quality mozzarella cheese.
Yeah.
But pepperoni would be good, but soppressata can be, if you've not cooked with it or eaten it before, can be found in like the deli section of most of your supermarkets where all of like the Italian meats are. And so we're going to let this simmer on low for about 15 minutes to really let those flavors meld, and then we're going to
build a pizza.
Okay, isn't that beautiful?
Look,
sauce?
it smells so good.
So we let that simmer for about 15 minutes. It reduces down a little bit, and then when it's cool enough, you kind of transfer it into a bowl. You can do this way in advance. You can even do this days in advance.
Jar it.
Now, my favorite thing is, is to talk dough, baby.
Yes.
Dough. Now, this is, like I said, I love all kinds of dough. We've done Detroit-style pizza, which is a big, fluffy, spongy kind of. We've done...
That's a pretty good one.
That is a pretty good
pizza.
It is a pretty good one. And then we've done, like Chicago-style pizza, which is a different kind of dough. This dough is just really great for making thin crust, I think. So now this recipe really is enough to make 2.
I'll put it in the bowl.
Yeah, put it in that bowl for me. What'd you think? Make 2 pizzas, okay? So all of the ingredients, but today, since it's just the 2 of us, we're just going to make one.
We could make it a thick crust.
You could absolutely. I was going to say that. You could do that, and you could make it kind of a little thicker one, but we're going to make it nice and thin. So I'm going to roll this out.
Tell us how you made this dough,
While
please.
I'm rolling this out, let me tell you how I made that dough. Okay, so in a small bowl, I add 1 package of instant yeast, active dry yeast, rapid rise yeast. Any of those will work. That's 2 1/4 teaspoons. And then to that, I added 1 teaspoon of sugar. And then I got 3/4 cup of warm water. You're going to want to, I just microwave it until you get it to around 110 to 120 degrees. Thermometer helps you there. And then you pour that over the yeast sugar mixture, and then just get a whisk and get it fully combined. And then just let it sit there and let that yeast do its thing, and after about 5 to 7 minutes, you'll see it starts to kind of bubble. It gets a little gassy. That's what you want. If it doesn't do that, that means your yeast is dead. You need to toss it, get you some more, get some fresher yeast, and start over. Okay, so now we're going to move over to our food processor. You could also do this in your stand mixer, but to my food processor, I'm adding 1 cup of semolina semolina flour, and then we're going to add a cup plus 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, and then 1.25 teaspoons of kosher salt. And then I'm going to put the lid on, and then I'm going to pulse it a few times just to get it nice and fully combined. Now, we're going to go back to the yeast mixture, and I'm going to add a tablespoon of olive oil to that. And I'm going to, again, just whisk that until it's nicely combined. Now, we're going to go back to the food processor. I'm going to, through the tube, very carefully, pour the yeast mixture with the motor running into the flour mixture until it's fully combined and a mass has started to form. Then we're going to pulse it about 5 or 6 more times, and that's going to act as if you're kneading it. Okay? Now your dough is really close to being ready to proof. So now I'm going to get a nice sized bowl. I'm going to spray it with cooking spray. You just want to grease it. And then we're going to put a little flour on our surface. And then I'm just going to use my hands to pull that dough out of the food processor, and I'm going to knead it just a little bit just to kind of start to form it into a ball, okay? And then you shape that into a dough ball, and then you put it into your prepared bowl, get it kind of nice and oily. You may want to spray a little more oil on top, then cover it with plastic wrap, and then you're going to stick it in a warm, non-drafty place for anywhere from an hour all the way up to 3 hours. You're going to want it, it's going to come close to doubling in size, and then it's ready to roll out. And here we are.
Here we are. Look at that.
I love this dough. It's easy to stretch. It's not one of those that just contracts on you. And this makes it, I'd say, medium-sized dough. So
hold on a minute. So I've got our favorite pizza paddle given to us from our old neighbors. They're not old, but our neighbors back in New Jersey.
From a while ago.
Yes.
Blair and Brody?
Yeah, Blair and Brody. And
if you don't have a pizza paddle, get one because you're going to love it. But you could also use the backside of a baking pan. That'll work. Because let me tell you what we've done. Before you get started, we're going to pull back a little bit. I've got my oven. If you've got an oven, you want to crank it as high as it'll go. Hopefully you can get it up to...
hot back here.
Our tushies are like, oh, it's sweating. But if you 550 degrees Fahrenheit is ideal. The hottest it will go. And then we've got our pizza stone in there. If you don't have a pizza stone, get one of those. I got a link for all of this because it makes pizza making great. We're trying to come as close to doing this in like a brick oven pizza as possible.
So what I've done is I put a bunch of the semolina flour on here so it can make it easier to slide off of this thing.
Yeah, be pretty liberal to it. It doesn't add like much flavor to it. You could also use cornmeal. All right, you coming over?
I'm coming over.
Now just be very careful because this dough is thin and you don't want to tear it.
Very thin.
I'm just going to transfer it on there.
And you want to make sure that this moves around on it.
Yeah, you can just kind of do that.
There we go. Look at that.
Every now and then. And then I always like to just kind of give it, because it's going to contract a little bit. That's just what dough does. Dough, re, dough.
Dough, re, dough. Still silly.
Oh,
sorry,
boy.
guys.
Okay.
Making sure everybody can see what you're doing.
Good. Okay. So now, this, like, did I say this makes about a medium-sized pizza? It's perfect for 2, or Wesley. Okay, so now we're going to just start layering this amazing flavor. Again, I'm gonna have more sauce than I need, but if I was making 2 pizzas,
that looks amazing.
It'd be about right. I know the smell is so good. Okay.
So keep on keeping on. So you got that. Then what are you gonna do after that?
We can just build it any way we want, and you put as many as deep and thick and layered of all the toppings as you want. I would say don't resist the temptation to overdo it with the sauce. A lot of people put so much sauce on, it just becomes too saucy. So now we're going to just do a nice little Sprinkling of this.
I'm gonna put on some of my favorite black olives.
Yeah.
I'm trying not gonna go nuts with it.
And I like to save a little then to put, we're gonna do the cheese, and then we're going to do,
There's my black olives. There's my black olives.
some of these, some of the mushrooms. This is so good. There's nothing more fun than like a good old pizza party, I think. Now what I do, you don't have to, these mushrooms are gonna cook really nicely in that super hot oven, but just to help them along, I brush them with a little more olive oil. And now I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of this on, and then we're gonna put some more toppings on top of that.
Yes, and I'm gonna get that pizza stone out of
You
the
want to
oven.
give this a shake and see if it's still.
Yeah, hold on.
Because sometimes as you weight it down, it's going to want to kind of stick a little bit. And this is.
There we go.
There you go. There you
There
go.
we go.
This takes a little.
Stuck over there. Come on.
Takes a little trick of the hand, and if you have a little issue with it, don't worry about it.
All right, watch out. Hot pizza stone coming through.
Okay. I'm going to put just a little more of the cheese. Okay. So now. Ooh,
And this is our old cutting board, so we don't care if it gets burnt.
So now we're going to put just a top of a little more of the dried basil, a little top of the little dried oregano. I've got a 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese, which is heavenly. And then just, if you like it, do just a little bit. Ooh, that oven is hot.
I know.
A little red pepper flakes. And let me wait.
All right, yeah.
You're rushing me along.
Oh, you spilt your pepper flakes.
I know, because
It looks like a working kitchen.
I know. I feel like we're on that show, The Bear.
Oh.
Have you guys been watching that?
Or back on the guy's grocery game too.
Oh, that was even more terrifying. Okay.
All right, so Chris, I'm going to put this on there. You get ready to stick it back in the oven. All right, I'm just going to make sure this moves around.
Good luck. And if it makes a little bit of a mess, don't worry about it.
Here we go.
Just keep shaking, baby. There you go.
Oh, y'all, that's nerve-wracking.
It is nerve-wracking, but it's fun. Okay, so now we're gonna put this into this oven. It literally takes maybe 10 minutes because it's so scorching hot.
Ooh, it's hot.
It's hot. It's a little bit of like little dancing, a little nerve-wracking,
Yeah.
but then the results are primo.
Yes.
Pizza time.
I felt like that was so rushed.
I know. Well, it adds to the excitement of the pizza party.
Just call us Tony.
Look at that.
Here, let me get this off here. Oh, here we go. Ooh, Chris.
I know, that looks so good.
Got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
There we go.
Beautiful. All right.
Put it right back in.
Yeah. That is a
Turn off
hot
that
pan.
Oh, y'all.
Oh,
That's gorge.
see how the edges of the crust, you want that to get kind of crispy, a little brown. That took, I would say anywhere from 8 to 10 minutes. And, we like it a little browned on top like
I
this.
love it.
I do too. So now
It looks very rustic.
It does, and that's the whole point of it. You could sprinkle.
Now, are you going to give us a second?
Well, I think I'll give us a second. I'm going to go ahead and cut this, but the roof.
Oh, that's good. Cut it and maybe it'll cool
The
down.
roofs of our mouth would really appreciate it if we waited just a moment. We love you guys, but
Wow.
yeah.
The cheese.
The cheese
and
is so melty.
And look at them.
Yeah. Okay, we'll be right back, and we're gonna eat. Okay.
All right.
I think we're good. Let's. I can't wait any longer.
I know. Let's see if we got a good cheese pull. Do we got a cheese pull? We got a cheese pull. All right.
Everything is right in life. I'm just using my hands. We're family.
Yes.
I am so excited about this.
I am going to put a
crust
little more of my red pepper flakes on it because I like it.
I do too. Oh yeah, you want to have plenty of extra parm, cheese, red pepper flakes.
Put some more cheese on it. Oh, I love it. There you go, Longwell.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
Put a little-
Yum.
Okay, my mouth is watering.
Okay, let's just hope that it's not burning.
Okay, well
I'm gonna blow on it. Oops, I blew all my cheese off. Whoa! I'm not putting this back down.
I know. I love everything about this, but that crust, I'm a thin crust.
That I know. The Longwells all
My
like
family.
their crust thin.
We do.
I'm like, give me a deep dish.
I love that too. This is so fun.
Oh, y'all.
And that sauce.
I'm gonna lick my fingers, do everything wrong because this is delicious. And it is 100,000% Loon approved.
I knew that was coming. All right, I'm going in for another hot bite.
Oh, God. Oh.
So much fun, so much fun, so much fun.
I know, it's a lot of fun. Make it with your kids.
You
But
can-
keep that pizza stone away from them.
Right, be careful. You can make the dough in advance, just keep it in the fridge, keep it covered. You can make the sauce in advance, you can get everything prepped in advance, and then have the pizza party of a lifetime.
Totally, do it.
We got, you guys, we love you so much.
Make some pizza, make some friends,
like
make some...
love in the sky like a big pizza pie. Bye, everybody.